everyone, and welcome to another edition of Thursday Thoughts with Pastor Pat. I am Pastor Pat, the pastor of St. John's United Church of Christ in Weldon Spring, Missouri. This is my little weekly video blog. What I'm thinking on Thursday as we're getting ready for Sunday worship. This coming Sunday is July 26th. The text is from the Gospel of Matthew again, chapter 13, verse 31 through 33, and then 44 through 52. This is a bunch of parables. Last few weeks, we've been dealing with parables. This week, it's a number of parables. Parable of the mustard seed, parable of leaven, parable of the hidden treasure, parable of the pearl of great price. This Sunday, I should also mention, it is Christmas in July, which is a fundraiser that we do for our Mission and Caring ministry. If you haven't signed up for it, you certainly can still come. We ask that you would bring a gift, a wrapped gift to share. Marked either male, female, or youth or child, about $10. And if you can, it'll be potluck, so it'll be a meal to share as well if you can. And then we will auction items off after lunch, and all the money raised will benefit our various mission programs here at St. John's. And most excitedly, this Sunday is a baptism. I love baptisms. I'm not sure how many baptisms I have done. I know the most baptisms I've done in a worship service is 7, and I did that twice. Both large families that ended up being baptized. But a question I get from a lot of people who grew up with different faith traditions, either Baptist or Pentecostal or evangelical or non-denominational, have asked, why do we perform infant baptism? In the Bible, it really includes people who convert to Christianity as an adult. The adults are baptized. Well, really, the best answer to that is just differing understandings of what baptism is. In UCC, Presbyterians, and Reformed traditions, baptism is much like circumcision from the Old Testament. In the Old Testament, circumcision was the sign of inclusion into the Old Testament covenant. An adult converts to Judaism would have to be circumcised, adult male converts, of course. But however, children of circumcised adults did not have to wait until they were adults to be circumcised. They could be circumcised as babies because it was the sign of their inclusion in the covenant. Baptism, we believe, is the sign of adoption and inclusion in the new covenant established in Jesus Christ. And we also, if you were just like in the Old Testament, if you were a child of people circumcised, you didn't have to wait until adulthood to be circumcised. If you were a child of baptized family members, then there's no reason to wait until adulthood to be baptized. And we believe that God's grace is unimpeded by our understanding. So therefore, faith is not required before baptism because God's grace can come to us despite our level of understanding what is happening. Now, I will say the UCC does not insist on infant baptism. I have performed a number of adult baptisms. I think the oldest person I baptized was in their 80s. And so infant baptism is not a requirement in the UCC. If you choose to wait to have your child baptized until they are older, that is fine. Not a problem at all. And some families use godparents or sponsors to include in a baptism. We don't require that as well, too. But it's nice to include someone either within the extended family or outside the family to make a vow on behalf of the child to help raise that child up in the faith. So that's the kind of history a little bit about why we do infant baptism. I hope that helps to clear up questions. And if you ever get asked that question by someone, you can help use this as an answer. But comment below. I'd like to hear your comments. Did you have godparents or sponsors when you were baptized? Who were they? Did you keep in touch with them? Or have you been godparents yourselves? And do you still keep in contact with your godchildren? And what do you do for your godchildren? I'd love to hear some stories being shared here in the comment section. Until I see you, hopefully Sunday morning during worship, 10 a.m., here in person in Weldon Spring or on Facebook Live. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye.